Good morning. Good morning, guys. I apologize. I am so late. Can you hear it in my voice? I overslept. I overslept. Again, I overslept. So I can already tell that I'm going to have to revamp this time because each time this past week that I've set this show to air at 5:40 a.m., I've only been able to successfully get up on time once. And each of the other times, I have completely slept through my alarm. So, my apologies, which brings me to today's topic. Rise and shine. 10 tips to transform your morning routine. Clearly, I need to do it right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Shout out to the replay gang. Thank y'all so much for being here. So, if this is your first time stopping by, welcome. If you are already chat family with me, welcome back. So, today I am going to be sharing with you on this morning edition of Trendsetter Talks with Pandi. I have 10 tips to help you transform your morning routine, things that I am personally planning on implementing if I am not currently doing them. So, on this show, the whole goal is I am constantly working on me. Okay. I have shared with you all that I will be 50 this year, and it's just like you have a whole new outlook on life once you get to a certain point, right? And we know that in order to increase and improve our longevity, our overall physical, mental, spiritual, all that good stuff, we have to take better care of the skin we're in, the body we're in. And so I know for me, when I narrowed it down, y'all, the biggest thing that I was neglecting with my personal self care regimen was getting an adequate amount of sleep. Like, there has been mornings that I have literally hopped up and ran to work off of 2 or 3 hours of sleep just because I was doing stuff all night long. And then I finally decided to lay down to get 2 or 3 hours of sleep. And after a while, that catches up with you. It is just not healthy. And at some point, you're going to burn out. Okay. Which we've also discussed on this channel. So, again, today, that's what the topic is. These are really short and brief shows, so I appreciate y'all tuning in. And we might not even get to all 10 because I slept through my alarm. And the thing that really, really irks me, my husband gets up way before me. He goes out the door before me. He will hear my alarm going off, but he will not turn it off. I think partly because he turns it off and he doesn't wake me up, and then I really get irritable. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, if you're going to turn it off, why are you not waking me up? Anyway, I can have a whole show off of that within itself, right? Anywho, hey, good morning, Maria. Thank you so much for tuning in. My apologies for being late. I hope you didn't come by earlier because I was just saying I overslept. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to make this time for a little later than 5:40. I tried to really think I could do it, but I just can't. I can't bring myself. I heard his alarm going off at 4:30. And then I think I lay there and I was like, oh, my alarm is going to go off in like 30 minutes. Child, it didn't happen. So, hey, I am here now. So, I appreciate y'all joining me. Hey, good morning, Marie. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yes, everything is going well. Me tampering around with different time frames, Marie, to try to come on. So I'm trying to come on before I head into work. So this morning, coming on real briefly to talk to you all about 10 tips to help you transform your morning routine, which I was saying clearly I definitely need to implement. So I am going to hop right in, y'all. hop right in. I don't like these shows to be too long. Um, Maybe 15 to 30 minutes. Today is definitely not going to be very long because your girl woke up late. I know y'all can hear it in my voice. But yeah, I'm trying to improve my overall self care routine. You know what I'm saying? Because this year, I don't know. I'm going to be the big 5-0. Okay. Thank you for sharing, Maria. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I understand, Maria. I've been catching up. You've been going hard, and I'm so happy for you and so proud of you. Killing the game, girl. I'm gonna come over and check out because I got you. I got your notifications last night. All right, let me hop on in here, child. So here is number one, y'all. Number one, and I think I'm gonna probably do 5 of these today. And I'll do 5 on another day because, child, I'm so far behind. But you know what? I didn't want to cancel and not come live at all. I didn't want to do that. So, when does your morning routine start, y'all? What are y'all thoughts if I was to say your morning routine actually starts the night before? Would you agree with that? Your morning routine actually starts the night before. Let me take that banner down. Yes, your morning routine actually starts the night before. And here's why. Sleep. I just spoke on that. How I realized and I came to the understanding that that was a key area that I needed to work on, not getting the adequate amount of sleep, going to sleep earlier. I've been trying to force myself to do that so that I can get up well rested and alert and not be running around here like a chicken with my head cut off like I'm doing on today because I don't overslept because I went to sleep late. Now, if you start your morning routine the night before, because sleep is vital, and if you want to have a productive day, you'll have had enough hours and you won't feel sluggish or like your brain can't function properly. Getting enough sleep or the lack thereof can actually impact our ability to concentrate and to think clearly. In order to wake up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the day, experts recommend that we get between 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. Child, I'm too embarrassed to say how many hours of sleep I got last night. But yeah, so that is tip number one, y'all. And again, we're talking about improving our morning routine and boosting them so that we can have increased productivity, reduce stress levels, and really start our day off on the right foot. So, again, tip number one is our morning routine actually starts the night before. So, prepping, getting your clothes laid out, deciding what you're going to have for breakfast, and making sure you get the proper amount of sleep. Okay? Now, let's look at tip number two. Let's look at tip number two. It's the small habits. Tip number two. It is the small habits. Let me bring this up. How many of us abide by this? No screen time until breakfast. How many of us It's our initial habit. As soon as you roll over, hey, good morning, Robert. I didn't even see you in here. Good morning, Miss Glenda. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just now looking at the chat. Thank you all so much for being here and welcome. I hope you guys are enjoying these morning tips to help boost your morning routine. I am trying a new time slot going before I go out the door to work because I be so exhausted when I get home that I often end up canceling the live because I get too tired to do it. So, since I had that recent car accident, y'all, and I was not at fault, Robert, the other driver was at fault. I decided I was going to try to get up earlier and go in the mornings before I head out the door. So that's what you guys are here enjoying today. All right, let me get out this chat. I don't want to be here too long. So today, tip number 2 is small habits to help you save, to help you have less screen time, basically. So no screen time until breakfast. Now, I don't know about you all, but child, it was a bad habit of mine to roll over and grab my phone off the nightstand to be nosy, to see who was live, to see whose live I missed, to check and see if I had any comments I needed to respond to check my email, just looking, scrolling through my phone. And, I'm sure we've heard this one before, but this particular tip right here, this one really helps. When we pick up our phones immediately after waking up, our brain is actually being flooded with information. It's like information overload. So whether you're reading the news, scrolling through your social media feeds, or checking emails, if you wait until after breakfast time, the rest of your day will, more than likely be filled with information as well. So, in order to avoid information overload, experts and doctors recommend that we skip the screen first thing out of the bed. Okay? Now, I have been trying diligently to do that. Good morning, boss lady Denise. As long as I'm safe. Yes, Robert, I'm finally getting back up and running. Finally. I still have a little bit of back pain, but I'm over my anxiety of getting back in the car and driving again. My car is home and out of the shop, so things are slowly but surely getting back to normal. Now I just got to figure out how to tweak this time because, see, I have been setting it for too early and I was not waking up. So this is why I'm dealing with this as today's topic because this is something I need to master. I need to figure out how to transform my morning routine so I can be on time and alert and well rested. Okay. So I know it says I was going to talk about 10 tips, but I'm actually going to probably only get through 5 because I'm looking at the time and I'll come back later in the week and I'll share the other 5. All right. So that was tip number 2. Tip number 3. Here's another one. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And for me, it's usually because I'm running short on time. But here's tip number 3, y'all. Making your bed. Making your bed. Now, how is this going to help with your morning routine? Well, I'm going to tell you. Well, I should have brought my glass of water in here. This simple yet effective tip actually sets the tone for the day. By making sure your surroundings are in order, you will find that you have more clarity. This small act will also encourage a sense of accomplishment and a sense of pride, which will encourage you to do another task and another and another. Who knew? Who knew Now, I know some people are diligent, like, first thing they're getting up, they're stripping the bed, and they're making it. I do that sometimes. I feel like if I do go to sleep early enough and I get the right amount of sleep and I wake up well rested, then I'll hop up and I'll make up the bed before I go on to do other things. But some days, child, I'm guilty. You're not alone, Robert. I'm guilty of just pulling them dang covers on up and going and rushing to get dressed, rushing to make some coffee and do other things so I can scurry on out the door. But yeah, experts suggest not skipping that particular activity. hmm Actually helps with more clarity. So let's see what tip number 4 is, y'all, to help improve our morning routines. I was just talking about this one, literally, because I can feel it in my throat. Now, how many of us hop up and drink a fresh, tall glass of water? And do you all like your water room temperature or ice cold? It has to be ice, baby, for me. I do not like room temperature water. No, 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 no. I do not like tap water. Mm-mm. Either way, experts suggest that drinking water first thing in the morning is great for hydration, digestion, and overall health. Your first liquid should not be caffeine. Top tip: have a glass of water ready by your bed so it's there when you wake up. Now, see, I can't do that. I don't like water that's not cold unless I'm just absolutely dehydrated. Then I will drink it. If the weather is very cold where you are, opt for warm water before your cup of coffee. Now, I don't know about that one either because, like I said, I don't like nobody's warm water unless it's in some tea or some coffee. Mm-mm. Room temperature, boss lady says, you can do room temperature, no tap. Right. You do this one, ice cold. Yes, jumpstart your day. Yes, and I've recently started trying to do that as well. Thermal cup. Yes, I have one of those, what do you call the dang thing? It's like a Yeti cup. My manager gave us all one for Christmas like a year and a half ago. Do you know I love that thing? When you put your water in there with your ice, I will literally be drinking on that all day because I'm refilling it, right? And then when I come home, I'll still have water in there. The ice is still in there the next day. That thing keeps it. So I guess if he was to have that at the bedside, that would be a good idea because then it would be cold water. Great point. Great point. Great point. Hydromax. But yeah, as I was researching that particular tip, y'all, I did not realize because I'm going to be honest with y'all, the first beverage that I would have throughout my day was coffee. And not only would I drink one cup of coffee, I would take one cup of coffee out the door with me, and then I would have another cup when I got to work. And then it would be like, 10, 11 by noon. You're starting to just crash. You're coming down off this caffeine rush. And on top of that, you're severely dehydrated. And, I'm thinking, God, why do I feel so sluggish? I had 2 cups of coffee, but it's because I wasn't starting with the water. So I have been trying to incorporate that one. And it really does make a difference, y'all. I'm here to tell you. All right. So, yeah, if you're not doing that, make sure you're having you some water first thing in the morning. And like, oh my God, with my husband, I have to literally tell him to drink water. He does not like water. He will not drink water. He will go thirsty if there's nothing else to drink besides water. We have the Frigidaire with the water and ice thing on it. So I'm just like, dude, drink some water. I've never seen anything like it. I'm just like, how do you not like water? Child. Anyway, I could do a whole show on that alone. All right, let me move on to the next one. And again, I'm not going to get through all 10, but I'm going to wrap it up after this. Number 5. Number 5. Mm. How many of us are starting out our mornings with a little exercise? I have actually been trying to do this. I've gotten myself more home exercise equipment so that I can just grab something and do for at least 10, 15 minutes before I get out the door. I've gotten some cowbell weights. I've gotten this little thing, I don't know what it's called, but it's got like handlebars and little foot loops so you can sit down and do crunches with it, or you can stand and do arm raises with it. I've gotten a yoga mat, and I just recently got a mini stair stepper. So, number 5, to transform our morning routine. Okay, we're only getting through 5. We're not getting through all 10 today. Number 5 is, of course, exercise. Now, if you are someone who is working from home, you are blessed to be able to do this because you can kind of get to it whenever. You can take a break and do it. You can do it whenever. But if you're like someone like myself who is rushing out the door, you got to kind of try to figure out, okay, am I going to do this first thing in the morning? Am I going to do this when I come home? Or do you go to the gym after work? It's just whenever. But I feel like if you, from most people that I've seen who have shared with me that they incorporate it into their morning, it's something about doing it first thing that kind of helps them glide through the day, fully invigorated, fully alert, because they've gotten that bit of exercise. So, what the experts suggest is with regard to exercise, if you're working from home, you can spend your travel time, that, time you're going to spend on the road like I'm about to be. Instead of doing that, exercise it. You can wake up 30 minutes earlier, which is what I'm trying to do some form of exercise. Some days you may feel like running, and other days you may need to do some type of yoga or Pilates or, cardio or whatever it is you decide to work on. Listen to your body, but do your best to allocate some time in the morning. This will heighten your sense of completion and promote energy and focus throughout the day. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. How about that, y'all? How about that? Get that good old exercise in if you can. Okay. Robert said I like to exercise in the evening. It helps me to go to bed early. I can understand that. Yes, Hydro Max. Yeah. Mm. Tell him water will keep you cool. Robert, it is like a child. I have told him all of that, everything. He just does not like the taste of water. He will he will literally put the tea kettle on and make some tea instead of just drink straight water. And it drives me absolutely crazy. Mhm. Mhm. But yeah. So again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm looking at my time. It's 6:48, and I do need to get out the door by 7:30. So I apologize for being late. Um, what I am going to be able to do is, instead of trying to come on at 5:40, which I fully thought I was going to be able to do, I've only been able to successfully wake up on time and do that once. But I do like the idea of coming on in the mornings and having these quick lives because, again, I'm still, yet again, working on building up my watch time hours. I was doing really good there one while and was really close to hitting my 4,000. But then I think the couple of weeks that I took off after my little car accident kind of dropped me down a little bit again. So I have some awesome topics, things like this, entertainment news, product unboxings. I got more premieres, so I'm going to try to come on with these short and sweet lives like this in the morning, something that's fun, informative, and interactive. Let me take this off the screen before I go. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Alrighty. Because see, the YT likes for your image to be seen when you're live, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna try to come on with these short and sweet, informative live streams to engage with you all to make sure I'm giving you a piece of me the best way that I know how, okay? And get these hours back flowing. But I also do have some premieres coming up. So be on the lookout for those. I have so much content that I've already recorded. I just need to edit and schedule it to premiere. So that's what the game plan is going forward. I hope everybody has an amazing Monday. I hope that your week is off to a blessed and wonderful start. And again, thank you guys so much for taking the time to come by and spend a little bit of time with me. And yes, Boss Lady Denise, you have been doing your thing. I have been seeing that, and that has been encouraging me, girl. That has been encouraging me. Because some days when I do come in here and I'm tired because I done been through a stressful day, I'm like, I still will get up and go in there and do something. And I'm so glad I got that little stepper. I actually had went to Dick's what do you call it? Sporting goods, because it's kind of by my job. And I went in there because I was going to buy myself an elliptical machine because I just know how I am when I get off of work, even though the gym is right there across the parking lot. And I bring my work clothes. I have gym clothes in my desk. Some days I look at that gym and I get right on in my car and I drive home, which is why I bought the equipment for home. But I went because I was going to buy myself an elliptical, but I didn't realize they was as expensive as they were. I went in there because I had been looking online at their website and I saw the little cheap off-brand ones were between $600 and $700. So I was like, okay, that's doable, investing in my health. But when I got in there, of course, the guy tried to sell me on the more name brand, literally tried to tell me that the brand I was looking at would probably break up and it didn't offer a warranty and all that, which I saw the value in. But by the time he brung up the one that I should get, it was going to be like $1,200 and then like another $200 for them to deliver and assemble. And I was like, buddy, I ain't got that kind of money to spend. I ain't got the kind of money to spend. So I was like, okay, I better just take my behind to the gym. I better just go to the gym and use the elliptical there, okay? You have to face yourself and make it a habit. Yeah, you are absolutely correct, Robert. Excuse me, you're right. And trust me, when he came with that price tag, it was an absolute reality check. Girl, who you playing with? If you don't get your behind up and get to that gym, and it's starting to be warmer here, so now a lot of times when I'm on my way home, rather than stopping and rather than going home, I can stop at the school on my way home and walk around the track a little bit and then come on home. So yeah, there's other alternatives that I can do. Hey, so yeah, thank y'all so much for being here. I wasn't planning on being here this long, but I appreciate it. Lord knows my watch time hours could use it. Thank y'all so much for being active and engaging in the chat. That definitely helps. Um, I can't remember when the next time I have a live scheduled. I believe it is Friday. But yeah, definitely double tap the notification bell, set the reminders. I didn't expect for any mods to be up this early. That's why I set the engagement on only people could participate after 24 hours. Kyle, because if I had to be in here by myself and I know I was flipping between those different screens, I wouldn't have been able to monitor the chat. So it is what it is. But yes, y'all be blessed. Don't stress. Everybody, please continue to stay safe, stay encouraged, and I will definitely see you all in the next video. I appreciate y'all so much for being here. Have a great Monday. Bye.